Hello, hello. So today we're going to look at graphing in the complex plane. So first, we're going to start by defining what the complex plane is. So for the complex plane, the x-axis is the real axis and the y-axis is the complex or the imaginary part. So if you have a complex number like a plus bi, it's going to look like a coordinate point, a comma b. So for example, if we have 2 plus 3i, the point that we would plot is 2 comma 3. If we have negative 2, since there's no imaginary part, you would plot negative 2, 0. So let's go ahead and set up our complex plane. So the real part goes on the x, those are real numbers, and then the pink ones, those are the imaginary part of the complex number. So that first point, 2, 3, you would just go to 2, up 3, there's a, and then for the other one, so if we're going to plot b, then we have negative 2, 0. So that's how you plot points on the complex plane. Now, if we're going to take the absolute value of a complex number, you're looking for the distance from that point to the origin. So it's actually part of the quadratic formula. So it's the square root of a squared plus b squared. That'll give you the distance away from the origin. So we'll take a look at a couple of examples. So if we have negative 2 plus 3i, first let's take a look at what happens graphically. So negative 2, 3 is my point, and I'm looking for the distance all the way to the origin, so 0, 0. So using my formula, I take the square root of negative 2 squared plus 3 squared, which gives me 4 plus 9. That means the distance from my point to the origin is the square root of 13. Here's another example. Negative 1 minus i. So using our formula, we take the square root of negative 1 squared plus negative 1 squared, which gives you the square root of 2. So the distance away from my complex number to 0, 0 is the square root of 2. So the point that I'm graphing on my plane is negative 1, and that little distance right there is the square root of 2. So here's another example, 5i. So the point is 0, comma 5 because I don't have a real part. And then I can use my formula, or I can just look at the graph because the distance away from 0 is 5. So that's all for today. Thanks again for watching.